Welcome back to the channel, folks. Pardon for the mess here behind me. We are here at the garage trying to make this video about the installation of our new Motorguide Xi3 Trolling Motor onto my Topwater PDL by Old Town Kayak. Let's go ahead and get started. So other than the Xi3 Trolling Motor, of course, we need a few things in order for us to install our Xi3 trolling motor onto our kayak. The first one is our mounting plate. This is made by One Objective, and this is specifically designed for our Old Town Topwater PDL. So just keep in mind that they have other models or other mounting plates that is available specifically for your own kayak. So just have to check that out. Check out their website, oneobjective.com, for more information. The next is a Motorguide quick release bracket to easily remove and install our Motorguide Xi3 trolling motor. We will also need an 8-gauge wire. We also got a waterproof fuse. This is a 60 amp and it's for a 12 volt to 48 volt use. We will also need a male receptacle for our female plug. That will all go to our Motorguide trolling motor. As far as tools goes, we will also need a drill and a few drill bits. And I also forgot to mention that we will need some heat shrink tubing for wire-to-wire installation. We will start by installing our mounting plate. Thankfully, we have some hardware that already comes with this, care of One Objective, and we also have a plug specifically designed for this particular setup. So we will remove this plug that we have that came from Old Town and then replace it with this one right here. As you can see, there is a hole here to put your screws in. So you can see it's already snugged and tight there, very tight. It's not going to go anywhere. The next would be to mount your release bracket. So this quick release bracket has two pieces to it. First is I would call the block, which is the smaller square right here. We will install this first with all the hardware that came with it. So just a correction, you will actually use the hardware that came with the One Objective. That's what you'll be using to mount your block. So now that that block is in place, I want to make sure we double check that that fits just perfectly there. This is the front of the kayak, bow mounted for your trolling motor. And the next step would be to install this particular mounting quick release bracket onto your Motorguide Xi3. You will have to remove these pieces right here. So this is the front, goes right in front of your kayak, and this is the rear. So you remove the screws from this plate right here, and then you take this off. And do the same thing on the other side, remove the plate. So you'll also have to insert this locking clip into this side, whatever you prefer. There's actually two places where you can put it. I prefer it to be here on the left side. So once that is in place, we'll now put our plates back. Now we got that Motorguide now in place. The bracket here down below perfectly fits on our mounting bracket in the bottom of the trolling motor. That's snugged in tight there. That's not gonna go away. And then as you can see, these holes right here, actually on the other side, that's where we will put our locking pins. This is the other side right here. This is where we'll put our locking pins. To lock that. Alright, that's snugged in tight there. You can pull the lock here to lock your trolling motor so it doesn't go anywhere. No one's gonna steal it while you have that in place. So now we got our motor mounted. It's our time now to install the electrical pieces. So in some videos, they cut this wire off. I'm not in favor of that because in case you end up selling your trolling motor, it still has enough wire for those other people that would like a much longer trolling motor wire, and they can decide whatever they would like. So I'll keep that there and just nightly tie it with a tie wrap. We will eventually have to cut this off so that we can install our female plug. So we got our wires connected. Just remember, red on red and black on black. this is going to be our female plug that will connect to our male receptacle. So the next step is to put this male receptacle in this spot right here. I decided to put that there so that just in case I need to sell my Motorguide, we can easily just buy a new cover versus drilling a hole in any part of your kayak. We don't want to do that. So I think the cleanest way to do it is to just put this receptacle right here. So y'all can see we got her in there nice and tight. So the next step is for us to run this 8-gauge wire through the inside of this hole, and it should come out here. You can use whatever process or method y'all would like. Some people would use a long string wire to attach to the end of this so that it's easy for them to run the line underneath or inside of the boat, or whatever works for you. Feel free to do whatever you would like. So with our fuse now connected, we will connect the black to black wire. So to make this fuse installation a little bit cleaner, I bore a small hole right here where I inserted the tie wraps. Attach this fuse, waterproof fuse. It looks much cleaner so that it's not going to be dangling inside your kayak and it's not going to cause any problems, short circuiting, etc. All right, it's about 10 o'clock in the evening. We'll go ahead and continue our installation tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. All right, we finally connected our stuff, our connections, our wires to the battery. We'll see if we can turn on our trolling motor for the first time. So we have our lines connected to our battery. This is just temporary. We'll fix this one later on. And then we have deployed our Motorguide Xi3. So you can see it already turned on. Now, just word of caution, if it's the first time that you will be installing this Motorguide and first time connecting to the battery, just make sure you have your remote control, wireless remote control ready. As soon as it is plugged in and you hear that beeping sound, you'd have to sync your remote up really quickly, like within 5 seconds of that turning on. You'll have to sync it up so that you'll be able to use your remote, or else you won't be able to use your remote and you would think that something is broken. So I had to call Motorguide, go through that process of troubleshooting, and I thought it was about my remote control's battery being depleted. So I went ahead and replaced the battery with a new one, and still it wasn't working. So what I did was I unplugged the connection to the battery and then plug it back in, and as soon as that is turned on, or this turns on, I immediately synced up my remote control by pressing these two buttons at the same time, and you will hear a faint beep once it's synced up, and then you should be able to control your Motorguide using your wireless remote key. So hopefully that helps for those of you who are new to this, like myself, and trying to learn the process, learn the product. Those are the things that I've just discovered. So thankfully I was able to sync it up and use it. As you can see, I can navigate and move it around. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for joining me in this video. I hope you learned something new, and I hope I was able to help you demonstrate how to install the new Xi3 Motorguide kayak trolling motor. Thank you again. I hope you have a great day. Remember, keep those lines wet. Until next time, bye for now.